Please, chieftain, let Grangwa do this. Grangwa has lived far too long, and his old hide has long been a burden for the tribe. Let him...
Weak.
What?
You are weak. The Hierophant's body cannot hold this one's spirit, so there is no way your old and useless flesh could. And the same goes for the chieftain and the Worm-Eater. The firstborn's cub could. The chance is still small, but it could.
He means...
Noag. He is talking about your brother.
Noag. Akrog knows not how to put this, but... how feels he about this?
Wait a rotten moment. Is Akrog seriously asking his little blood whether he wants to rot and kill himself? Noag is not even old enough to hunt. He understands not what is...
Noag understand.
He does?
And if it take Noag blood to save Big Blood, Sazka, Grumpf, and Kin, he do it. He will. But... Noag trust Big Blood. Big Blood always make right choice. So he make this one too.
That is true. He always does. And that is why he will not even consider this nonsense, right?
Little blood? Akrog never told him how Sire died, no?
A brittle bone throwing spike hurler crush him.
Akrog never told him. He and Nurbok were there too.
Trusted one, no.
That throwing spike. It would have killed Akrog and Nurbok too. But their sire caught it with his body so they could live. At first, Akrog hated himself, and a part of him always will. But before his flesh died, Narjak told Akrog that it would have either been his life or that of Nurbok and Akrog.
Tribe for the blood, blood for the tribe.
It is true. Anuk, Zeramak, Julog, Zat, all the others. This is the only way they can save them. Akrog would pay the price himself. Believe him, he would give anything so he could. But he cannot. Not this time.
No. Zaska will not let them do this.
It all right, Zaska. Big Blood right. So it will be.
No, he cannot do this. Noag.
Is he?
Of course he is dead. He is dead because that rotten, foul-tusked, stupid thing killed him!
It was the only choice.
Rot his stupid choices! How could Trusted One do this? How could he? This was Noag by Mugwa. This was his same blood.
Akrog knows. Rotted thinks, Sazka, this was easy. Akrog never...
Wait! Something is happening!
Little blood.
No. Zarek's fangs. To draw breath again.
Fascinating. It took him over.
Little blood. Is he?
Dead. Most of him, yes.
What does it mean, most of him?
That his soul is still there in the back of this one's mind. But it will extinguish once the sanguine ritual is completed.
Is that certain?
Yes.
So it worked. Little blood. Little blood can hold the cub spirit for the sanguine ritual.
It should, yes. This is strong flesh, meatbag. Strong flesh, pulsing with firstborn blood.
How rotten good for him. Zazka will tear his tusks out. Zazka will...
Try it.
Stop it, Zaska. Noag is gone, Zaska, and he wanted this.
Big shit! Akrog wanted this, and Noag was too young to understand. His same blood made him do it, and Grungwar wanted it too. But that is just what Grungwar wanted, no? Everything for the rotten tribe, even if it means butchering their own cursed kin.
Look, I know this is none of my concern, but perhaps now isn't the best time to fight. Your moonblood is gone. Nothing can change that. All you can do is make his sacrifice count.
He is right. Nothing left to do, but hope the cub keeps its end of the pact.
This one will.
Maybe Noag's body with the cub's spirit would be enough to crush the hunters. Maybe there is no need for this sanguine ritual.
The meatbag still hopes he can save his brother, does he not? No. This vessel is powerful, but it is still only a troll. This one will need his true form to unleash the destruction they seek. And even if it were different, the pact has been struck. There is no undoing it.
Akrog understands. What now? The cub said it needs an archfire vein for this ritual. So must they go back to Mugwa's cradle?
This is what this one suggests.
Actually, there might be another way. I searched the Blackheart jungle for veins before we met, and there are 2 more on Urgarth that I know of. You've been to one of those already.
The Red Meadow. Where is that other one? Closer to here than Mugwa's cradle.
Not closer to here, but closer to where your tribe is fighting the Chainers and the Hunters as we speak. It's at the northern coast. If we perform the sanguine ritual there instead of the cradle...
Then less time will be lost traveling. A good idea.
Then they will march for the coast at once. There is nothing left in this place. Akrog has spoken.
They hear that?
Fighting.
Quick!
Chieftain Akrog Blood Hexer. Is that him? Or are Cabrax's fat eyes failing him?
Not at all.
And here Nurbok thought that cursed temple had eaten them. He sees no cub, though. Means this, the cub is right here. Mugwa's. What?
The chieftain will explain. He will explain everything.
So, the Moonblood has gone into the moonlit river.
Not yet, but he is on the threshold.
Well, Cabrax knows not what to say. He is sorry, Chieftain. This must have been a terrible choice. And Chieftain Akrog made the right one. Noag Moonblood will be remembered as a hero.
The rain that has fallen is with the ground. Now, tell him about the battle. How many enemies are they facing? And knows Anug of this archfire vein the stranger spoke of? The blue crystal, like the blood drop.
He does. But they talk in the tribe camp, Chieftain. Come, follow Anug. There is Greenskin eyeing troops on the way, but that is nothing the Moonkin cannot handle. The Greenskins crushed the bridge Anug and the kin used to come here. But there is other way.
Let them march then. It's time for the Moonkin to fight.
So, Grungwar and Nurbok fight side by side once more. Almost like in the old days, no?
It will never be like in the old days again, Nerbok. The bond of trust has been shattered. Come, Chieftain. Let them march.
Mugwa's piercing tusks! Zeramak think Chieftain dead! He think they all dead!
They are not. What are Zeramak and the Scrappers doing so far from the tribe camp?
What they do best, of course. Look for scrap to use for guarding camp. There are much of it here in jungle. From old to new. How endearing. Zeramak guess? What wrong with Moonblood? He looked different.
There will be time for explanations later. Join them in the tribe camp, Zeramak. They have a battle to plan.
Akrok speaks true. Before they go, though, rot it. There is no good way to say it. Nurbok is still a traitor. He took control because it was the only way to save the tribe. But now that Akrok is back, wants Akrok Nurbok to stay and fight, or to go back into a cage, Nurbok will bow to his word.
They're fighting the Chainers. Will Nurbok
Be loyal? That Akrok must ask that shows Nurbok how far he has fallen. Nurbok has had a lot of time to think, Akrok. And he will be loyal and fight. To the last breath.
This battle needs every warrior it can get. Nurbok will lead the guarding until the sanguine ritual has been completed.
Understood. Sharp tusks and thick hide, chieftain. Oh, and cub. Crush those cursed rot tusks. This tribe has bled for it.
Good. Now to the tribe camp. All right, Anuk. Give Akrog a view on the battle. How are the Moonkin holding up?
Well, Anuk wish he had better answer for chieftain. But the truth is, it is bad. Both the Chainers and the Hunters attack us all the time. Anuk think they try to make the tribe weak before dealing the killing blow. The battle is going for almost a sunup and a sundown now, and we already lose many kin. Anuk not lie, chieftain. It looked dark. Very dark. Well, they have the cub now, so the wind has turned. Where have the Chainers built their tribe camp? Their cow? Well, there is two, actually. One is a little camp on Small Hill. Iamak think that is where they send their wyverns from.
And the Moonkin will destroy it. What about the big camp?
That one is a bit farther south from the small camp, in the east. It is well shielded, though, so it will be a tough fight. Forget the tribe camp for now. They should focus on conquering the vein first. This one can sense it's nearby. Have the meatbags found it already? He speak of Anug? It is true, they have. It is near the Chainer camp, a bit to the southwest.
Well, then we know what we need to do, don't we? Defend the tribe camp and conquer the soil around the vein so the cub can perform the sanguine ritual.
The stranger speaks true. What about the Hunters, though? Where are they?
Cabrax can answer that question. They're down in the very south. But it seems like they have shielded off their tribe camp with hex barriers. It is probably as Anuk says. They want to wait with their final charge until the Moonkin are weakened. Cabrax and his bone hexers tried to banish the hex walls, but they are too strong. For you, once this one has his flesh back, no hex gate in the world will stop it.
All the more reason to seize the vein first. Have the Hunters other tribe camps in the jungle.
Huh. The big spot one more, but it is also behind the hex gates. Anug think they make warriors appear in strange spots with air flickers all across the coast from there. Just like they do in Mudwa's cradle. Teleport hexes. Try Cabrax to banish them? With hexes and with crush sticks, it is true. But it works not. Whatever they use, it must be very, very powerful.
Well then, there is nothing the Moonkin can do but fend off the warriors until they find a better solution. Good. This helps. Now, enough chatter.
Wait. Chieftain Akrog, is that him? And what happened to Noag?
There is no time for explanation. What is wrong, Julog?
Well, one of Julog's beaks spotted something in the ocean, so Julog went to see what it was. It seems like there is a group of brittlebones, humans, coming on ships.
Humans? What could they want here?
Julog knows not, chieftain. Maybe they are a helping pack for the Hunters. They should be wary. Wary, cautious,
cautious. There will be struggle and bloodshed, meatbags. That is something to look forward to.
The only thing Akrog looks forward to is marching over the corpses of those rotten hunters and greenskins. They have plagued the Moonkin for hundreds of moons. Now it is time to return the favor. Kin, to their places. The battle begins.
Well said, Chieftain. I will stay here and do my best to keep the camp safe. Good luck.
So, will this be enough for the sanguine ritual?
No.
No. Why? It feels as strong to Akrog as the one in Mugwa's cradle.
It is strong, but also tainted. This one supposes many creatures have used it over the centuries. There's something this one can do, but this one will need the Dark Elf's help for it.
Then they will get him.
All right. Let them get the stranger.
Fascinating. 3 Archfire veins so close to each other. Either way, good work securing it. So, you said you needed my help?
This one does. As this one told the others already, the Archfire vein has been tainted by use. There is a way to cleanse it, but the Dark Elf will need to help.
He will. What needs he to do?
Channel a spell onto the vein while we spill some blood. Few things are as powerful as blood fresh after it is shed. This one will create a link between the vein and himself, and the Dark Elf must maintain it. This way, every drop of blood shed in this battle will be drawn to the vein. Once there is enough, this one will purge its taint.
And then he can do the sanguine ritual?
Perform the sanguine ritual, and use this vessel's power to form this one's new flesh, yes.
Noag. His name was Noag.
How much blood will he need?
This one cannot say, but he will tell them when it's enough.
Fine. The Moonkin are already struggling to defend themselves. They cannot waste more time.
Without blood, there is no sanguine ritual. That is how it is.
Can the stranger do what the cub asks of him?
Sounds like demonology. Yes, I believe I can.
Well, then it is decided. They will soak this ground in brittlebone and greenskin blood. They will do it for the tribe.
Is it done?
It is. Stop.
Thank Nor. I couldn't have done it much longer.
Means this that the cub is ready now. It can do this ritual.
The sanguine ritual, indeed. This one recommends they do it now. The odds are bad enough as it is, and the longer we wait, the more the power of the harvested blood will fade.
The odds? So the cub knows not whether the ritual will succeed after all?
No, this one does not. The ritual does not always work, meatbag. And waiting will not help those odds.
Huh. Why is Zazka not surprised?
They take care of it. The cub should have told them this. It should have told them.
What? So you would have refused the pact in your foolish fear? Every fight where victory is certain is not worth fighting, meatbag. If your kind would live by that principle, maybe you would not be so weak and miserable.
All right then. Do it. Perform the ritual.
This one will. Step back, meatbags. Zarek, give this one strength.
What happened?
I don't know. But the field dog's energy, it's all gone. And your brother, he's still...
Big blood. Others. Noag! No. No, let Noag go back, Big Blood. No, let him go back into Misty Water. Please.
Akrog will not. Whatever Noag saw, it was just a bad dream. Everything is all right.
Nothing all right. No dream. Noag die at easy Moonlit River. It's terrible. Just water and cold and dead and whispers and floating. There's no crumple, no sire, just corpses. Noag's so afraid. Noag no want go back. Noag want live.
He is confused, Chieftain. His mind, it is hurt.
Noag want live.
Little blood. Little blood.
Gone. He is dead.
It's him.
This one lives. What? Why so scared? We had a pact, and this one will fulfill it. Come on. It's time to show those meatbags what a true hunter looks like.
It is over. They are dead.
Indeed. This was no battle, troll. This was a slaughter. This one had hoped for more.
Many Moonkin died.
That is the price of the struggle. Take a moment to savor your victory and mourn your losses, meatbag. Then gather your kin at the vein. This one still has the second part of his pact to fulfill.
He means?
That this one will cure your blood. Yes, they will speak at the vein.
Huh. Well, this will be curious. The kin will be dying for an explanation.
First comes the cure, then the explanations. Come, back to the Archfire Vein.
Chieftain, did you do it? Did you beat those fools?
The Tusk Hunters are dead. It is true.
And so is Noag.
Everything comes at a price. Well, you should talk to the creature, Chieftain. I believe there's something else it must do.
Meatbag, are you ready?
Akrog is. But he wonders how this hex will work. How can the cub just undo the blood rot?
You will not understand even if this one told you. Just let them finish this.
All right. Do it. Cast the hex.
This one will.
Silence! Silence! The Moonkin have fought well and honorably. But it is not over. There is one last battle they must win. But they cannot do so without help. Most of the Moonkin know this already. But the creature that brought chaos down upon the Moonkin's enemies is no less than Zarek's cub, the field dog. Through a great sacrifice, the Moonkin...
Chieftain.
The cub has not only promised to crush their enemies, but also to cleanse the Moonkin's blood. And it will do so now. Do it.
So be it. 12 moons turns, their blood will be cured.
12 moons? So long?
The rot has poisoned your kin's blood for almost 6 decades. Life cannot undo death in the blink of an eye. Even with this one's power, they will have to wait and endure. This one has fulfilled the pact, Noag. Now they will go their separate ways.
How can they know the cub is not lying to them?
Did this one lie when this one said it would annihilate the Moon Kid's enemies?
The cub killed them because he enjoyed it.
Less than this one had hoped. But yes, this one did. As he should, because it was struggle. A celebration of Zarek. This one fulfilled the pact. That is all this one will say. The meatbags may choose to trust him or not. This one does not care.
Wait. If the Hex takes 12 moons to work, what will become of those who are already ill? Will they...
Die? That depends on how strong they are. It's the same for your cubs. With the rot fading, some might be strong again, but others might not.
But there must be something the cub can do.
It already did. The weak perish, and the strong survive. This is how it is, and how it always will be.
There is something Akrog needs to ask first. Noag, Akrog's little blood. He said that he was dead when the cub took his body, and that he saw the moonlit river, and that it was horrible. Is that true?
This one does not know.
He is a god. He should know.
But this one does not. Maybe your brother was only dreaming. Maybe he truly was dead for that moment and what he saw was real. The truth is, no one but Hirin and the lost souls themselves know what the River of Souls looks like. Those who return for a second chance have no memory.
Akrog understands. They crushed the hunters and the chainers, but Akrog is sure there will be more. Maybe the Moonkin can count on the cub's help in the moons to come.
No.
Why not? If not for them, the cub would still be in his prison.
And he, like the trolls, is also a spawn of Zarek.
And so were the chainers. Yet this one annihilated them. Why? Because you, through your pact with this one, were stronger. It's time you face it. As long as you trolls stay this weak, you will be hunted and dominated. Such is the struggle.
Then what are they supposed to do? Die?
No, you foolish meatbag. Fight and survive. This world is full of predators. And someone as powerful as this one is not safe from all of them. Why else do you think this one ended up imprisoned? If your kind wants freedom and peace, then earn it through strength. Else you will always be the victims. Just look around you. The treasure you could gain from selling the plunder from this battlefield alone will be enough to make the hunters work for you.
Is he suggesting they become brittle bones? Fighting and killing over shiny things?
No, you fool. This one suggests they stop running. Their pact with this one bought the time, so use it. Lick your wounds, sharpen your weapons, think and prepare. And the next time someone comes for your precious little tusks, shove them right into their hearts.
Akrog understands. Where will the cub go then? What will it do?
this one should have been doing these past 200 years. Bring back his sire and the Silver Weaver.
Zarek and Nor.
Yes. The renegades will reign over Io. And this one will make sure it...
You won't.
What?
Stay back!
Don't you dare! Don't you...
It's over.
Is he?
Not dead. Just trapped. Thank Nor I had the vein to feed on. I couldn't have done this without it.
Akrog understands not. How and why?
It's a long story and one I'd rather tell to fewer ears. How about you savor your victory first? You've done it, Chieftain Akrog. You've crushed your hunters and cured your people. I'm sure there are many words to be said.
Fine.
Speak to your people.
Say something, Chieftain. Anything.
Quiet.
Quiet!
The chieftain speaks. Little Moonblood is dead. It is true. Noag gave his blood so the Moonkin could live. It is a long story, and now is not the time to tell it in full. But trust Akrog, one day he will. He will tell Noag's story, and he will make sure the Moonkin remember, until every last one of them is gone. But now is not the time for dark thoughts. Not for Akrog, nor for all those who lost trusted ones and kin today. The dark thoughts will come, and they will be strong, but not here, and not now. Because while it is true that the Moonkin have beaten their hunters, they must not fool themselves. It was only through little blood sacrifice and all the Moonkin bloodshed that this victory was possible. The hunters will return. And if not the Brittlebones or the Chainers, then others. What means this that Akrog is afraid? No. When these new hunters come, the Moonkin will be prey no more. They will await them with sharp tusks, thick hide, and the wrath of a tribe so powerful, they will make even Zarek shiver in fear. Rotted, they are Moonkin! One of theirs stands bigger than 3 greenskins. One of theirs is stronger than 10 Brittlebones. So how it can be they let themselves be the victims for so long? All these moons, all this time the tribe ran because they thought they were too weak. Yet here they stand, bathed in the blood of the fools who thought they could hunt them like animals. Zarek favors the greenskins? Well, rotten let him! The Moonkin will survive! And not only because they are Mugwa's chosen, but because they are warriors! And while it is true that the crush sticks and the throwing spikes killed the hunters, the Moonkin should always remember that it was the strength of the tribe that truly won this battle. One kin shielded the other, and that is why they are still here. Many kin fell today, good and strong kin, and the tribe will feel their loss dearly. And while there will be totems and mourning, the Moonkin will honor their sacrifice by a means far simpler still. They will survive. Now go. Lick their wounds and find the fallen. The Moonkin will be marching soon. But this time, they will build a tribe camp to last. For the Moonkin, and for Noag.
A speech worthy of a chieftain. Grongwa suggests he speaks to the kid now. Then let them find the stranger. If he has not gotten scared and run off, that is.
Trust Zazka. A shaman who can trap the soul of Zarek's cub is not afraid of them.
Still, the Moonkin deserve answers.
Chieftain.
Julog looks sullen. Is something wrong?
Oh, it is just, it matters not. The chieftain surely has his own thoughts to struggle with.
Speak true, Julog.
Well, it is... Julog wanted to ask for Akrog's forgiveness for going with Nurbok that day. It was a terrible mistake, and Julog should have known better.
What is in the then has no meaning for the now. Julog is forgiven.
This means a lot to Julog. First Talag, then Crumb. Now Noag. Tusks. Why last nothing? Nothing at all. Well, no sense in brooding on it. Julog believes the tribe will need the beaks to find this tribe camp to last, no?
It is true.
Then Julog and the beaks will be ready, chieftain. Sharp tusks and thick hide.
Fine words, Chieftain Akrog. Fine words. Were they? Akrog can barely remember. Well, that is his loss. Jesting aside, Cabrax can only bow his head in respect for the choice Akrog made. It may feel terrible now, but it was the right thing to do. The bones know it. Either way, Akrog came to thank the Bonekin for fighting so bravely by their side until the end. What will come next for Cabrax's tribe? With the hunters crushed, will they go back to the cradle? Ah, the cradle. The truth is, Cabrax knows not. Why not? It is their home. Maybe so. But... well, the Bonekin failed to protect it. And Cabrax knows what Akrog is about to say. It was not their fault. Even so, it would feel strange to go back now. And not even the bones can give Cabrax a good answer.
They can stay with the Moonkin then. Their tribes can build this tribe camp to last forever.
The same thought has come to Cabrax too. But he knows not yet. Let them speak of this later, Chieftain Akrog. For now, let them feast, and remember those they have lost. Akrog will. Always. Good then. And when all the mourning is done, Cabrax and Akrog will share a roast boar to peaceful moons to come. How sounds that? Like a fine plan, Cabrax. Like a fine plan. The Bonekin and the Moonkin won the day, Palag. How is he feeling?
Even better than when the Bloodsight takes him over, Chieftain Akrog. Mugwar has given them the gift of freedom.
Chieftain Moonkin make new home soon?
It is true, Ugruk. Very soon.
So Ugruk get make new shelters? That make him happy. He be ready, Chieftain.
Ellen's saucy poems. Look who's coming, brother.
At the risk of blowing your mind, this pig's oculi are still quite functional. Thank you very much, Arthur. I must admit I was quite discombobulated to find out you possess such talent for the oral arts, chieftain. That was electrifying.
The oral arts?
Good speech. That's what he's trying to say. So, you're going to build a city, is that it?
A tribe camp to last, but yes, they will try. So, Akrog wants them to know they are free to go now.
They have been for a while.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means there have been numerous opportunities to sneak off. If not earlier, then certainly before this quite monumental battle.
Why have they stayed then?
That, my dear thick-hided compeers, is an excellent question. I'm afraid I don't know the answer to it myself. But I wonder, in this new city of yours, do you perchance still require a skilled manufacturer of artifacts? And his dull-witted brother?
They can surely use a good scrapper. As long as the pig and his same blood know it will be dangerous, they are welcome.
Lovely. Let me be very clear, however. We shall need a proper smithy this time. A pig-friendly one. At least until a certain someone has found a way to reverse my porcine metamorphosis.
Yes, I'm working on it. Anyway, don't let us keep you, chieftain. I'm sure you have plenty of people to talk to. Hey, I'm sorry about your brother. I truly am.
Akrog is sorry too.
Curse it. Curse it.
Curse what?
Oh, chieftain. It is just... When Akrog find this place, he think it is a blessing. Now it turned to curse. All this dead. Noag is wrong to say trolls come here. He is sorry, chieftain.
There is nothing to be sorry about. Things might have been even worse had they stayed. They will never know.
Listen to old Noag. Put his dark thoughts on Akrog. It is him who make the true sacrifice. Poor Moonblood. Noag miss him greatly.
Akrog will too. They had best speak later. Akrog must talk to the stranger, then he will need Noag's advice. He knows not yet where the Moonkin will go.
Noag be think about it already. He think he know a good place, down south. But they talk of it later. Sharp tusks and thick hide, chieftain.
Same to him.
That good bit. What this here? That bit no good.
Zeramak? Everything well?
Very well. Plenty scrap here after big fight. Zeramak, use it up, chieftain. No need to waste.
Good. The Moonkin must be prepared.
Very true. It's the only way they make sure something like this never happen again. The only way... it matters not. Either way, Zeramak start with making new crush sticks. Then might try something new. Strange pig has good ideas. Crazy think that Zeramak would ever listen to a pig.
Well, Akrog is glad he did. Sharp tusks and thick hide, Zeramak.
Sure, Zeramak better go find the pig now. Should be easy, just follow the smell.
Good speech, chieftain. Seems like he got some of Narjak's gifts for words, too. The cub was right, though.
About what?
Surviving. As long as the moon can keep running, they will always be slaves. Maybe...
What?
Maybe Nurbok was wrong after all. Surrendering to the greenskins, their hides would have lived, but their souls would have died. Nurbok sees this now.
Had he seen it sooner, many kin would still be alive.
Maybe that would be. It is true. But right and wrong are not always that clear. Poor little Moonblood. Out of everyone, he deserved it the least.
Nerbok speaks true.
Either way, Nerbok knows this battle frees him not of guilt. He wants to give his blood for the tribe, now more than ever. But if the chieftain decides he should stay in shackles until Mugwa takes him to the Moonlit River, he will accept.
Time will tell.
It will. And Grungwa,
What?
he is sorry.
Well done, chieftain. He fought well.
So did he. They did it, Grorag. They survived.
True. A shame it is too late for Krazik. But Grorag thinks he can hear that foul tusk cheering from within the Moonlit River. Or farting. Grorag cannot be sure.
Sharp tusks and thick hide, Grorag.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
It will hold.
The urn?
The Hoard of Souls is its name, but yes. I sealed his spirit inside it, where it can do no more harm. I could never have done it without the magic of that Archfire vein, though. That creature's power was immense. Either way, I'm truly sorry about your brother. He didn't deserve this.
No, he did not. But it is time for answers now.
Of course.
How could the stranger simply seal the cub into that thing, if all these brittlebones from the temple could not? Is he so powerful?
I suppose you could say that, yes. But as I said, I couldn't have done it without the vein. Frankly, we were lucky this thing went back to the vein to cure you of the blood rot. Otherwise, things would be looking grim.
So he, what? Fed on the power running through this vein and put it into his hex?
Indeed. Before you get any ideas, though, channeling the Archfire is incredibly dangerous. I'm one of the few mages on EO who has learned how to use it, and even I can only access a portion of it.
This herd of souls, it can trap someone's spirit?
Hoard. And yes, it can.
How?
Well, we're still figuring that part out. All we know is that it's capable of drawing a living creature's soul out of its body and holding it within. A long time ago, a dark elven woman from Nortander used it to bring a creature into this world. But that's a story for another time.
And Sazka has had enough of stories and legends to last him a lifetime.
Back in the tribe camp, the stranger said Mugwa's cradle was an Archfire vein, just like this one, no?
That's correct. I'm impressed at how powerful both of these are, truly. Most are just a needle's eye, while these are just a hole the size of a fist.
This means the magic of the cradle never had anything to do with Mugwa, no? It is just like the cub said. She is only a fantasy.
Well, I guess it depends.
Speak true.
Fine. If your goddess exists, then she cannot physically influence the world the way the Guardians or the Renegades did. No.
A god with no power is no god at all.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. An idea, ideals, or hope cannot crush walls, but the people who believe in them certainly can. There are dangers to faith, but I think it's safe to say the faith of the Moonkin and the Bonekin led them to places most of your kind would have never explored on their own.
No, Grungwa believes this not. How knows the stranger Mugwa exists not? How knows he the vein is not her blood, as the trolls believe? Believe this nonsense not, chieftain. Just because the Guardians and the Renegades march around showing their tusks to everyone means not that Mugwa is not there. Think about the Eclipse Goddess Tiara. Not even the stranger knew she existed, yet she did. And she was more powerful than all the other Guardians.
By that logic, I could invent a god right now and claim he exists because you can't prove that he doesn't.
Mugwa has been with the trolls for centuries. And even if she were not, one needs not see the root of a tree to know they are there. What the stranger says is just more of typical brittle-bone ignorance. They see this archfire and think their tiny brains have understood it just because they have looked at it long enough. The chieftain should not let this nonsense shake his faith. All these visions Noag and the elders had, they meant something. Magua is there, and she is guiding Noag through the moonlit river right now.
That is just what it sounded like when Noag woke up.
He was dreaming. The cub said it himself. Little Moonblood was not dead, only sleeping.
What Akrog did believes the stranger it was a mistake.
It's not a Brittlebone's place to judge.
Akrog is not asking for judgment. He is asking for the stranger's thoughts. Would he have decided differently?
Let me put it this way. I wish I could say that I had not.
A foggy answer.
But the best and most honest I can offer, I'm afraid.
The stranger will tell Akrog the full truth. Who is he really, and why came he here? Was this his plan from the start? Trapping the cub in this thing?
It was.
So Grungwar was right. To the stranger, this was always only about the cub.
First and foremost, yes, it was. You have never heard of the Circle, have you?
Zazka presumes he is not talking of the shape.
No, the Circle is a... how to put it? I suppose you could call it a band of powerful shamans from all races in Nortanda, light and dark. Ever since a Nortandian corporal called Tahar discovered the Archfire, the Circle has devoted itself to understanding it. I am one of those shamans. A Circle mage, as people call us.
Light races and dark races. So the creatures of Zarek and Nor have struck a pact with the creatures of the Guardians.
Certain ones have, yes. And it's a very peculiar pact. But that is a long story, and I doubt we have the time.
So this circle sent you to find Zarek's cub.
It's a little more complicated than that, but yes, I came here to find out whether the rumors of an imprisoned field dog were true. I found out they were, but also that I would never be able to breach these portal's seals myself. Which is where you, the gifted Chieftain Akrog of the Moonkin, come in.
Is he saying he knew about the gift of spirits?
I'd heard about it, yes. I'd heard of creatures from all kinds of races with that ability. But you were the only one I could find on Urgoth.
Wait. So the stranger had already been inside the temple before the Moonkin went in?
Yes. I'm sorry about the duplicity, but considering how little that great warrior of yours trusted me, you'll understand why it was necessary.
And he was right to distrust him.
The stranger knew about the dark echoes then.
Let's put it this way. I had a theory, but it was you who confirmed it. It wasn't all lies, Chieftain Akrog. I won't claim the survival of your tribe was my priority, but neither was it my intention to double-cross you. I wanted this resurrection to work for your kind's sake and mine. Needless to say, things took a different turn than I expected.
And just what stops the Moonkin from crushing the stranger right here and right now?
Why would you do that?
Because he used the Moonkin. He used them like tools.
What, and you accepted my help out of the kindness of your hearts? Don't fool yourself, Chieftain Akrog. We all put our own needs first. Sometimes those needs overlap and we're quick to cry heroes and honor. But in the end, we're all selfish. We came this far together, Chieftain. Let's just leave it there.
He is right, Chieftain. Let it go.
Wise words, Elder Grunwar.
Had the resurrection worked in the temple, would the stranger have trapped it right there, before the cub could have helped crush the hunters?
No. I would have held my end of the bargain.
Well, Akrog is glad the stranger got what he wanted. At least one of them did.
Oh, believe me, I'm far from having what I want. If you will accept a word of advice from me, I suggest you go south to the coast to build that new tribe camp of yours. The swamps will act like a natural barrier for you.
Then this is it.
Yes, Chieftain Akrog. This is farewell. I wish you and your tribe all the best. May you build this tribe camp to last. And may your brother find peace in the River of Souls.
Wait. The stranger knows all their names. It is time he told the Moonkin his.
That's fair, I suppose. My name is Wraith Skadar. Farewell.
Gone.
It is true. Well, let them return to the tribe then. The Moonkin need to march.
They do, but without Zazka.
What?
Akrog heard him. Zazka will walk on his own. At least for a while.
Because of Little Blood.
It was Noag, or the rest of the tribe. It was the only way to save the Moonkin.
Maybe. Make no mistake, Akrog. Zazka understands Akrog is hurting as much as Zazka is. But still, Zazka just needs time away from this all. He needs time to think.
But Akrog needs his trusted one.
So does Zazka. And he will come back to see this great tribe camp they will build. One day. Zazka hopes the Moonkin will stay safe. But his faith is strong. Akrog has what it takes to be chieftain. This much he has proven. Goodbye, kin. Build that tribe camp to last. All this, it has to mean something.
A tribe camp to last. The elders still wonder if Chieftain Akrog believed his own words when he first spoke them on the battlefield. The corpse of his little blood before him. All that is known is that many Moonkin believe them not. After lives of running, how could they? But then it began. With the scrap and bone and wood of their fallen kin in their sacks. They marched to the south and built their shelters. First 10, then 50, then 100. New hunters and new slavers came, as Akrog had foreseen. But knowing of the field dog slaughter in the meadow, very few of them were foolish enough to attack. And with every attack that the tribe camp endured, the walls grew stronger. One day it became known as Nagmag. What became of Chieftain Akrog, they ask. He led the Moonkin for a long, long time, with Elder Grungwa Greyfur supporting him, first as his advisor, and later as his trusted one, until his old, tenacious hide finally gave up, and Mugwa led him into the moonlit river. What became of Zazka Smalltusk will never be known. Some eyes say he was killed by hunters. Some that he built a shelter deep in the swamps. While some swear they saw him near the tribe camp, speaking with Akrog in secret. So, had he made the right choice? It is true that without Moonblood Noag's sacrifice, there would be no Moonkin and no Nagnag today. But it is also true that with Noag, the last of the troll firstborn blood disappeared from Io forever. And that some choices leave scars, no matter how honorable the intentions. Such is the chieftain's lot.